If you guys play Ultimate Team and you want to get some coins, make sure to check out my sponsor, link in the description, mutreserve.com. Use my code CK and I promise you'll be rich one day. But in the meantime, you'll get 15% off your order. Welcome back, you guys. Your boy CK. This is Stat Leaders of the Week for week number 12. I gotta be completely honest, I didn't watch any football. Well, besides the Eagles game, I didn't watch any football. But I do know that Tyreek Hill went bonkers. While I was busy editing and working on main channel videos, I do tend to scroll Twitter. And I was doing that on Sunday, and all I was seeing was people talk about Tyreek this, Tyreek that, people getting exposed on the Buccaneers and whatnot. And then I checked the stats after the game, and this man had 13 receptions for 269 yards and 3 touchdowns. A lot of that came in the first quarter alone. So yeah, it's no secret that he's going to be headlining this week's edition of Stat Leaders of the Week, man. If you're new around here, hit that subscribe button. We're so close to 10K. Actually, not really, you know, we're about 3K away. But if you subscribe, we could be there before the end of the year. Anyways, Tyreek had 44.9 fantasy points, led everybody, including quarterbacks, running backs. He was number 1 on the week, man. Absolute animal. My question to you in the comment section below, I want you to answer, man. Please tell me where you rank Tyreek Hill. Is he in your top 2? And is he not 2? That's what I need to know. Speaking of number 2s, Will Fuller was the number 2 wide receiver in fantasy this week with 29.1 fantasy points. However, it's going to be his last game. Him and Bradley Roby were both suspended 6 games under the NFL's new PED policy. But at least Will Fuller's going out with a bang. He had 6 for 171 and 2 touchdowns versus the Detroit Lions. AJ Brown was the 3rd best wide receiver in fantasy this week. He had 21.8 fantasy points for the Titans in a game where he amassed 4 catches, 98 yards, and a touchdown. Juice, aka Jarvis Landry, had himself a great week, man. He was the 4th highest fantasy producing wide receiver in week number 12. He had 8 for 143 and a touchdown. The man's been consistently great for like his entire career. I think he's one of the most underrated wide receivers in the NFL. Speaking of underrated, the most underrated wide receiver in my humble opinion, and has been for years, Allen freaking Robinson from the Bears, had 19.4 fantasy points, 5th for wide receivers in week 12. He had 8 receptions for 74 yards and 2 touchdowns in the loss versus the Packers. The Vikings bounced back with a W versus the Panthers, and Justin Jefferson had a lot to do with it. He had 7 receptions for 70 yards and 2 touchdowns. Could he be in the lead for Offensive Rookie of the Year? I don't know. I'm just asking a question. I know he's in a conversation, but I'm curious what you guys think, man. If he keeps up at this pace, I think he has a good chance. And normally I only do 6 wide receivers every single week. This season, I've done only 6 wide receivers. This is the one exception. DK Metcalf destroyed my team. I feel like if I didn't have him on here, you guys would be going crazy. You'd be coming at my neck left and right. So I felt like I had to. Plus, the meme he put on Twitter, it was just perfect. It was literally perfect. He had 10 for 177 in the game versus the Eagles, man. Slade did the best he could. He had great coverage all game. You know, Metcalf was just 1 step above him. It's crazy. This dude, he's a superstar in the making. Speaking of superstars in the making, okay, let me relax. I'm a little biased, you know, by saying that, but I think Goddard can be a star at the very least at the tight end position. He killed it for the Eagles, man. 7 for 75 and a touchdown in a losing effort versus the Seahawks. Robert Tonyan from the Packers had 5 for 67 and a touchdown. He was the 2nd highest fantasy producing tight end in week number 12, man. Honorable mentions at the tight end position go to Richard Rodgers, Evan Ingram, Gronk, Trey Burton, Mike Gesicki, Logan Thomas, TJ Hockenson, and Travis Kelce. Round out the top 10 at wide receiver, we have Amari Cooper, Mike Evans, and Colin Johnson rounding out the top 10. Running back, Latavius Murray, Nick Chubb, James Robinson, who's having himself an amazing rookie season. Kenyon Drake, David Montgomery, Adrian Peterson, Ronald Jones, and Wayne Gallman rounding out the top 10. And then quarterbacks. Well, first we got to know who's number 1 before we get to the honorable mentions, and that title for week 12 goes to Deshaun Watson. He has been cooking the last few weeks, people. Question is it too little, too late? We're gonna find out. But he has 17 for 25, 318, and 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions for a 150.4 pass rating. He also added 8 carries for 24 yards on the ground, but unfortunately for him, he will not be starting because Mahomes also made the team and he's a much higher overall. Patrick went 37-49 for 462 and 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and he rushed for 28 yards on the ground on 4 carries. Honorable mentions at the quarterback position: Kirk Cousins, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Trubisky, Carson Wentz. Interesting. He still made it to the top 10. You would have thought he was in the bottom 10 the way people talk about. Anyways, Fitzpatrick, Tannehill, and Phillip Rivers. Now I'm doing this right after the Steelers game. Another game that I didn't get a chance to watch because I was working on the Survivor video. But yeah, apparently the Steelers are very close in terms of their defense being the highest fantasy producing defense in week number 12. But I still think after comparing the stats that the Falcons would have still been number 1. That's why we were on ATL. 80 overall defense, not bad at all. Have some very notable names. Of course, Deion Jones, who had a pick 6 versus the Raiders, man. They won 43-6. This might be another case of too little too late, but hey, they're definitely turning it on in the last few games. They had 5 sacks, 6 QB hits, 5 passes deflected, 3 tackles for a loss. Very nice week from the Atlanta Falcons defense. Of course, the offensive line is from Tennessee. Running backs cannot do it alone, so we had to get Henry, the big guys that, you know, block for him in real life. And yeah, look at the squadron, man. 84 overall, 88 offense. We're looking good. I know I say it every week, but I do think we can at least make the playoffs. Like, that shouldn't be a question when you have the best quarterback, maybe the best running back, maybe the best wide receiver. I mean, look at this lineup, bro. There's no excuse. We're still in the race for the division title, man. 5-3 halfway through the season. We just be getting unlucky. Like, these are amazing divisions that we're always in every single week. So we keep fighting for our playoff lives, but you know what? Let's see how we do. In week 9 versus the Broncos. All right, let's see what Drew Lock and company have in store for us. The Broncos low-key have a lot of talent. That's one of the teams that, like, if everything goes right, they can make the playoffs next season. I'm not sure about this season. Maybe it's possible because right now the 7th seed is 7-4. The Ravens just lost, so they're 6-5. The Raiders are in the 8th seed. They're 6-5. They need a lot of help, but yeah, you know, anything's possible. Are we really in the 15 seed? What the fuck? Well, damn, I just checked the NFC. The Eagles are literally in the 15 seed. We were literally just in the playoffs. Anywho, let's focus on what we got in front of us, man. Another handoff. Come on, give me a fumble. Play Said Aluokun is going to be my user. And it's a very nice user. We get the tackle for a loss. We in the Christina Milian, a.k.a. the dime, baby. 3rd and 9. They get the first down. And they're low-key moving on us with ease. That brings up another question I have for y'all today. Why not? Who cares? Who is your celebrity crush? Come on, man. Why not? Why not talk about it, man? Let me know. Here's in the comment section, man. You've already heard mine. I just said it, so that's all you need to know from me. Anyway, 2nd down and 3. Jesus Christ, maybe I need to focus. Oh, man, I don't know if I actually talked about the running backs. I mean, I talked about the honorable mentions, but I didn't mention the top 2. So let's do that right now. Derrick Henry had himself an amazing week. If Tyreek just didn't do what he did, everyone would be talking about Henry. He had 27 carries for 178 yards and 3 touchdowns. He led all running backs. He was 2nd on the week for all positions, man. He had himself a nasty performance as per usual. 2nd was Antonio Gibson from the football team. On Thanksgiving, he had 20 for 115 and 3 touchdowns, man. He's also in the race for Offensive Rookie of the Year. He quietly has 11 touchdowns on the ground. That is insane, bro. Like, he's having himself an insane season. And of course, EA still has him in the 70s. All right, well, here he goes. On his first carry of the game, he's going to get a solid 2-3. Okay, Mahomes and Hill look kind of nice in these Falcons uniforms. The Falcons uniforms are so good that anyone could look good in them. You know what time it is. Tyreek on the go route. Hold up, let me see the release. +9. Okay, well, +6 speed, though. Yeah, so they're double teaming him. They have to. Damn it, we should have double teamed Vaughn. Just helping his man get that DPOY. You hate to see it, man. 2nd down and 20. Could be man defense. Come on, somebody get open. Where's everybody? Allen Robinson, I need you right here, bro. You're one of the most underrated, if not the most underrated wide receiver in the NFL, man. Let's see you make a play right here, please. Come on. Oh, wow. Okay, here we go. Tyreek, yes, sir. Oh, yeah, he's just too nice. He's too nice, bro. Y'all want me to run the same play again? They didn't learn their lesson. Tyreek this time gonna take it to the crib. Hey, we caught the W, 36-29. So we went 11-5. We ended up winning our division. Offense was 2nd. I don't know why I'm surprised. I mean, you saw who we had. Defense was 20th. Points scored was 1st. Points allowed was 25th. I don't know if you can win a Super Bowl with that recipe. So I'm expecting nasty stats, and that's exactly what we got from our offense. 38-12 touchdown interception ratio with 4,400 yards from Mahomes. Henry had 1,200 yards, almost 13. 12 touchdowns. Gibson had 9. He's just a touchdown machine, apparently. Tyreek did it all. 100 receptions, 1,300 yards, 11 touchdowns. Allen Robinson killed it, man. Goddard stepped up as a nice starting tight end, man. That's what he's going to be doing for the Eagles very soon if he becomes the starter. I'm just speaking it into existence. We had 3 guys with triple-digit tackles. You don't see that very often. Sometimes 2, but 3 is insane. 3 guys with double-digit tackles for a loss. 2 guys with 20, but just not enough pressure, man. Foye Sade led the team with 6 sacks. He had 4 interceptions. Leading the team as well in that category, he had to be in the top 10 linebackers in the NFC. Lamar wins MVP, Mahomes gets number 2. We played in the wild card round versus the Saints, and we lost our first playoff game, man. We have still not been able to get the illustrious Super Bowl with a stat leaders of the week team, man. Mahomes, I don't know what really happened. I think Breeze played really well, then retired or something. I have no idea. He just did not do enough. Latavius, yo, this could be like karma for not taking Latavius. He was literally the 3rd running back. He was the next one up. He had 19 for 124 and 2 touchdowns in real life. So maybe this was his way of getting revenge on us, man. He killed us on the ground. Very unfortunate, but still, hopefully you guys did enjoy the stat leaders of the week for week number 12, man. We only have a few weeks left. I don't know if it's gonna happen. Maybe when we get to the playoffs, I might, or the end of the year one. Yeah, the end of the year one, there's no way we don't win the Super Bowl with that one. There's no way. But hopefully you guys have a good rest of your night, man. Thank you so much for watching to the end, and I'll see you on the next one.